Hey guys, it's Tona, Lisa, and Donnell,
We back
DNT
again.
Legacy,
We back again.
back again. So on this video, we're going to talk about our marriage and how we turned it around, pretty much. So the first, you want to talk about the first one? So Donnell basically asked me to marry him because he thought I was going to leave. That's what he said. How he came up with why he decided to propose.
Well, this
Is that not right?
that is right.
I don't know. That's
Like
what he
I-
told me, but I'll let you
like-
tell the story.
Like I said, I'm an open book. A lot of shenanigans on my part. A lot of shenanigans. Okay. She caught me. I used to be a serial cheater. That's the best way I could describe it. Serial cheater. So this particular time I got caught, this was kind of like the last straw for her. She caught me with a porn star. She caught me with the porn star, which it was just crazy, and she was gonna leave then, so I begged her and I cried to her on my knees, like snotting and bubbling, crying. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna change. And I cried it out, and the only thing that I could come up with is, fuck it, let's get married. Let's get married. I'm gonna change my ways.
And I believed it. I
Yeah.
believed it.
Okay,
for some reason.
we're gonna get married. I'm gonna change. I don't want to lose you right now, and we got married. And we got married. Our daughter was 8 years old at this time.
Yeah.
And we got married, and my change ways probably lasted a couple months, maybe a week.
No, it wasn't a week. We was on the honeymoon for a week.
Right.
Oh, you know what?
Right.
Okay, I guess that's another story. Okay.
Well, the shenanigans didn't stop then, and it was just a battle of me evil versus good in my heart, and it's no good. Just a no good man, just out doing whatever I want to do. At that time, I smoked a lot of weed, a lot of marijuana went down, and
we opposite, y'all. I don't smoke weed. I don't like smoking weed. I never did weed. I smoked weed one time because Donnell, he pressures you.
I did.
So
I regret that.
he pressured me, and I was like, I don't smoke. That was never my thing. I don't like it.
I begged her.
And he did. So I smoked.
She hit
that
the blunt
day.
one. She hit the blunt a couple times, and I'm like, "This, you gotta loosen up. We gotta be one with the blunt. We gotta just smoke one time. It's gonna free you." And that's exactly what it did. It freed her, and she made me cry because she let the business out that I wasn't expecting her to just give me her real feelings, and she made me feel this big. And I was like, you don't never got to smoke weed ever again with me. I don't need you to do that. I don't need you to be telling me how you really feel. You keep lying to me, to be honest, because I'm going to keep lying to you, because that's how that's going to go. But,
So that was my last time, I think, probably trying.
Yeah.
I did try, what's that thing, like the flavored bong thing, not the bong, but you know when you the hookahs. I didn't like that either. I'm just saying smoking, going through the process of smoking.
Yeah,
that ain't my thing. I don't do that.
I mean, but
so,
just shenanigans.
Yeah.
Our first year we married,
and it was bad.
It was real bad. I just had a temper. The weed wasn't really doing it, and I stayed mad a lot.
He was angry.
Yeah, she stabbed me,
He
y'all.
didn't know how to get.
She stabbed me, y'all. I want to make sure I let y'all. She stabbed me over a Steve Harvey morning show. Steve Harvey morning show came to our city one time. She acted like she didn't want to go with me on the Steve Harvey morning show, and we got into this big old fight about that. And she just chased me down the house. She chased me down the house, and she wouldn't. I was like, man, I ain't about to be doing all this, going back and forth with you, whatever. And I was going from room to room trying to find something to put on, and she was just ready. And I kept telling her, like, hey, listen, get on, man, because if you keep following me around, you keep doing this and that, I'm gonna choke you out. And she was like, you ain't gonna do nothing. The whole time, she had already had a knife in her back. She had a knife hiding it behind her back, like, you ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna.
I
She
didn't
was
have
ready.
it behind my back. I had it in my pocket. I stayed ready. So
she stayed ready, and she pushed it, and she stabbed me up. I thought I was gonna die.
I thought it was gonna die too.
Right?
I called Tiffany.
She called my mama. She called her sister. Like, I stabbed him.
Ask her to pray, cause I was like, he about to die, y'all. I stabbed him, and he's gonna die. I stabbed him in the side, stabbed him up. So
she gave me like she was in prison.
Listen. We don't condone violence. We was young and dumb.
We just,
don't do the stuff we did. We telling our story, so y'all don't do this stupid stuff. Don't do that. Don't put your hands on your wife. Don't choke your wife, even if she talking crazy. Women, don't stab your husband. So, or whatever. Men and men, women, whatever. Don't do that to your partners. That's it. We were young and dumb. We did a lot of dumb stuff to each other, and we fought, and it was just not. It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
It wasn't. Our relationship has been ups to the downs to all of that.
Yeah.
Would I change a lot of it? Probably not. That's the crazy part. I wouldn't. I don't know if I should change. If I could go back in time, would I change it? Because if I changed any of the shenanigans that we was going through, would I be here now? Would I be who I am today? Will we have what we got going on? Was it worth it? Of all what we went through? Absolutely. For me, I don't know. I done
like
stuff
they
to her,
say, the stuff that you go through, makes you who you are. Makes you who you are today. I feel like the stuff we caused a lot of bad things to happen to ourselves. We did a lot of things to sabotage ourselves and our marriage and stuff like that. So maybe some of the things I would think maybe we shouldn't have done, but I do agree it made us who we are today. And I don't regret who I am today. I don't regret where we are today. I regret that it took us so long to figure it out. I regret that we hurt each other in the process, but no, I don't regret anything. So again, don't when you get mad, violence is not the answer.
It's not the answer.
And when you angry and got a lot of built up anger, please talk to somebody. There's nothing wrong with talking to somebody to get your anger out. He had to go to court order anger management. So that's because he wouldn't have done it. But once the court made him do it, then he had no choice to
court order management.
Go talk to somebody.
The weed escalated into other drugs.
Yeah.
Just shenanigans.
And I'm gonna say it again. Weed's a gateway drug. I don't care who disagrees or you have your opinion. I have mine. I've just seen it with my own eyes of how it did with people in my family that I personally know. Yeah. I mean, so you might have your own, your own experiences, but I'm telling you, this is my experience and my opinion. So, but I think Donnell is better sober. We're better to each other sober.
Without
period.
Drugs.
Period. Now we both still drink.
I drink.
He drinks more than I do. We enjoy drinking. I don't get drunk. I don't like being drunk. Right. I don't like that.
I mean, our time off the truck is off the truck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna knock something back when I get the time off the truck. So that's something that I enjoy.
When we go home.
I enjoy a good cognac. I enjoy a good brandy. I enjoy a good vodka. I enjoy a good tequila. We just went to Mexico and got us some good tequila. Freddie.
Tequila Freddy.
Tequila
In
Freddy.
Mazatlan.
In Mazatlan, Mexico. So, yeah.
I'm probably saying that. Are we saying that right?
Mazatlan.
I think we're saying it right. If we're not, y'all know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay, get back to the story. So that was our first year.
Right. That's our first year. First year.
So each year we would have good and bad years. It wasn't all bad. I'm not gonna say that, but I love the vacation. So we would always go on vacations, and so that would kind of recenter us. Even if we was mad at each other when we were on vacation, we forgot, and then we got back home, we was back mad.
Right. We had a good time on vacation. Come back like, oh, I'm home now, so F you.
Just crazy. But remember, we was younger than our 20s when we got married. So, yeah, we didn't. But we both, Donnell was always a hard worker. He always took care of me. So that's another thing that he was able to kind of get a little leeway because he paid my bills. Even when I would leave and have my own place, he would still pay my bills and his bills. Because I was a shopper, habitual shopper. I wasn't good with paying bills. I wasn't good with my money. So I would just call him because I know he would pay it. So he would take, and he was a good dad. He's always been a great father. So I mean, his parenting style is completely different from mine. But
that's what
I've
makes
always
it work.
felt like we both have Donisha's, best interest at heart. He took care of his baby. So that part, those was good qualities in him. So he was always a provider. He was always a good father. He just wasn't a good husband.
Yeah, I sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I sucked as a husband.
Yeah.
I wasn't a good boyfriend. I wasn't a good husband. I sucked, and I can say that now because I'm doing better. I'm actively thinking about being a good husband and being a good partner.
Yeah.
And I'm actively that's the work that I do because that's.
So I'll say this: if you with your partner and they ain't providing for you, they're not being a good parent, and they not being a good partner, cut it. They gotta have some good qualities. I always knew Donnell always had good qualities to me, even when I felt like he wasn't being a good person to me in our relationship. What everything else that he did was good. So, but
That's how you gotta do it, fellas.
don't be a cheater. Don't hurt your partner. Don't do that part, because you might not come back from it. Because everybody don't come back from it.
Right.
In our instance, we did, but we had to put in because of God. Because I'll tell you how we actually got back together before we moved to Florida. So I lived, Donnell had his own place. I stayed with Tiffany, okay? So our lights got cut off, and it was a very high bill. They came back and said they was not charging us correctly for usage or something, and they gave us like a short time to come up with the money, and we couldn't. It was a few $1,000s. So basically our lights got cut off. So I'm like, Lord, I don't want to, I'm done. Because I had already got used to start being single. I was hanging out. I was doing stuff. And I'm like, I'm enjoying this life. I ain't going back to Donnell. So I was actually like, who can I stay with till we get this together? So my cousin Tasha Nicole, that's like that's my cousin, but she's like my sister. So Tiffany went to go stay with her, and I was just like, I don't want to stay with her because it's just going to be too crowded in our apartment because Tasha Nicole had 3 children. So I was like, and then I had an issue, and I was like, so I'll let Tiffany stay with Tasha, and I'll go to, I'm going to call Donnell. So I called Donnell that night. He didn't answer me. So I basically left him a voicemail, chewed him up, cut my phone off. Because you was with Eric in Chicago, right?
No.
Yes, why you didn't answer my call that night? From what I remember, you was in Chicago. So he didn't answer my call that night.
That was a different time.
So
then I ran out to Chicago. That was a different time. What happened was, for the weekend, I did go out of town, but it wasn't to Chicago. I went somewhere else to help someone move. Actually, this is new on this camera right now. I went to go help someone move to another city and drove a U-Haul, and I had to catch a plane back. So I was gone for the weekend, and when I came back from the weekend, then that's when I got the voice messages and all of that kind of stuff. So, and by that time I got back, she was like, I don't need to stay with you. So I begged her, come on, stay with me in my little 1-bedroom apartment. You know, your lights is off. Come on back to the big dad. You know what I'm saying? Big dad, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Come on back. This is my way in. So I said.
Yeah.
So I said. I mean, and to be honest, before she moved back in with me, I got the little 1-bedroom apartment, and I thought that being in my own apartment, I could be able to smoke all the drugs I want. I can have all the women that I want. I don't have to work as hard because my bills are low. I'm not really worried about what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was in a position to I can do what I want. I can lay on the couch, have an ashtray with a blunt, and this is it. I can have a couple different women come every day, all of that. But that whole time that I was living in that 1-bedroom apartment, I was absolutely miserable because I had no purpose. My life is based off of purpose, and I had no purpose, and I felt some type of way. So thinking, okay, now I can get on the ball. She gives me energy. I can work more. I can have some type of purpose, but still wasn't completely ready to step into that. But she moved in, and we tried to make it work. We moved from a 1-bedroom apartment, and then eventually we got kind of good, and then we moved into a 2-bedroom, and then we had our daughter to come move back in with us, and then we all stayed there together. And that's our last apartment before we moved to Florida. And somewhere along the lines, I mean, the Florida talk started to kick up a little bit. So I kind of
really started preparing. We started make the move.
Yeah, we started preparing. I mean, she started couponing, and we started collecting enough supplies to last us for the first year that we moved to Florida. We started doing all that. So then I went on my last hoorah.
Oh.
My last hoorah is, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get myself together, but I'm one last dance. It's a little fly in here. One last dance, and I'm out of here. I'm gonna leave it all behind. I'm gonna walk the straight and narrow path. I'm gonna do the right thing and all that.
So before you tell the story, I'm gonna just say, so this night, Donnell would go to the gym, and usually he would really go to the gym. I trusted that he was at the gym because he liked going to the sauna and all that. So this particular night, I was like, I don't think you should go to the gym. He's like, I'm gonna just go to the gym for a little while, and this and that. But I felt in my spirit he shouldn't go, so I told him, you shouldn't go. He went anyway, and I just felt something bad was gonna happen that night. So I prayed, covered him, and I went on the bed. So you can finish.
Well, I got involved in a situation with a buddy of mine. We was with these 2 other broads, and one of the girls, she was a lesbian, and her wife came home from work unexpectedly, and she called us, and she tried to kill me. She shot at me a few times, and she tried to kill me. Shout out to Crazy Chris, because he saved me from getting killed that night. And
God saved you from get killed that night.
Yeah.
Chris showed up to him.
Yeah, I found that was the whole thing, and that was like in that moment, we already got the plans. We already found us a place in Florida. We already got it, and again, she agreed. She agreed to give me one. That was my one last hope out of all of that. And then after that incident, we went on and moved to Florida, and that's when things started for our relationship. That's when things started to turn around for the best. At that moment, but it was it's been a lot. It's been a lot. It's been a lot for us.
A lot of back and forth, a lot of breaking up, getting back together, broken promises, and all that. So what I would say is, if it's meant for you to be with somebody, you will.
Right.
But also, don't do all the back and forth. Just stay separated and really work on yourself.
Right.
So when y'all come back together, things will really be the way it's meant to be, instead of going back. And if a person is telling you something and then their actions are not following, then follow their actions, not what they're saying.
Right. I think for the most part, I believe in my heart that I would do just enough, just enough for her to keep the hope alive in her heart, just enough, trying to get the time, because I always knew I'm gonna get it together. I'm not gonna continue to be this way.
But he wanted
that.
he wanted to be bad and not let me be with nobody else either, because he would stalk and do crazy stuff. And,
listen. I told her, I was like, listen, I'm gonna always take care of you. It don't matter what I got going on. If I got this one, or that one, you at the top of the list. You the number one. You the one. No matter who I'm dealing with or what I'm doing. But if you ever get a boyfriend, it's over. It's over. You can't get no boyfriend. You can go on dates. You can do all. You can. But
he's saying that.
If you
but
get him,
he thought I was getting serious with somebody, he would do something dumb.
Oh no, you ain't finna get serious with that.
No.
No, you ain't finna do that. I mean, go on dates and you can get your thing off, whatever you want to do. You can go have some fun. But if you get serious with somebody, now I'm gonna have to intervene. I'm gonna intervene, and I did. I'm gonna intervene because you can't have no boyfriend because I'm here, even though I ain't shit. I know it.
So,
the audacity. It's the audacity for me. Yeah, I know you. I know you thinking that. It's this dude.
He was a mess, y'all.
Yeah,
he was.
That's what I thought.
And I'm not gonna put that all on him. I was too, because he would do something I would retaliate.
Right.
It was just bad.
It was tit for tat.
So
tit for tat.
I'm just saying. Yeah. That's why I said work on yourself. If you really decide you want to stay in a relationship with this person, you really think that you're a person, and y'all decide we just ain't making it right now, we'll see. Really work on yourself and figure out, what's in you making you do that. And if you really want to be with this person, if y'all really can be together and build something together, and then come back together when you're ready. You won't have to deal with so much stuff that we dealt with, but we dealt with it all, so we might be able to help y'all not do it.
Right. I mean,
not go through all the stuff we went through. Right. And also, both people gotta want it. If one want it and the other one don't, it still ain't gonna work. Right. It still ain't gonna work. It's still one person ain't gonna be happy. And you gotta understand, like, a marriage is really a daily commitment. Like, it never ends. It never stops. Like, we are completely different people. I think a certain way. He think a certain way. I think things should be done a certain way. Same with him. So, y'all gotta learn how to work together and compromise. And also, I had to learn how to let my man lead. So if I didn't think Donnell was doing something the way I thought, Tony would do it. Right. So, and that created a lot of friction
and
too.
And at the same time, I give her credit for that because I wasn't leading her nowhere. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if
That's true.
You can't lead someone if you ain't taking them nowhere. Where they gonna go?
Right.
I mean, you have to have if you want the woman if you want to lead the woman, show her where you're going. I didn't really have her. I didn't have nothing to show her where I was going.
Yeah, we just kind of had a vision. We didn't really have a vision. We was just kind of going through the motions every day. We wasn't really. We didn't have a plan. We didn't decide. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna, what we're gonna create or work on this year. We didn't really start doing that until we got to Florida, right before Florida, really, because we decided we wanted to move to Florida. So then I figured out what part of Florida, what was the cost of living, about how much we was gonna need once we got there, what it's gonna take to find jobs, the economy, everything. So we kind of started working together right before Florida.
Right. I mean, and it was the biggest task. The biggest task for me was it's the reset button. I wasn't afraid. I knew I had to hit the button. I had to reset everything. I could no longer be in the environments that I was in. I could no longer do the job that I was doing, and I had to try to find something brand new, something totally new that's just gonna help me keep the focus where I needed it to be. So don't be afraid to hit the reset button. Start over.
Start over. Don't be afraid to step out. Don't be afraid to leave your family, because honestly, it's gonna show you what you're made of. Mm-hmm. You can do it. All you gotta do is come up with a plan and follow the plan. You might have to pivot a little bit. Things don't go exactly as planned, but you can still go with the plan. And so I feel like, once we moved to Florida, that really helped us to concentrate on each other, relearn each other, fall in love with each other again, treat each other right, and build and decide we're gonna build something better than what we had in Kansas City. And we did just that. And my husband came up with that. Even though I knew it was more for us, I felt it. I've always felt that in my spirit. It's more for me. But I didn't quite know where to go, how I was going to get there. Just going through the motions every day, trying to figure things out.
Again, you know what I'm saying? This is the big daddy. You know what I'm saying?
So he decided, okay,
this is what we doing. I got it. I got it.
And it's crazy because my dad is a career truck driver and Army vet. And then his adopted dad was a career truck driver. So I don't know why it took us so long to get in the truck, and it was never something I even thought about trying to do.
I never wanted to be a trucker.
He never wanted to be a trucker. We just wanted to try something new. We wanted to just try something new, and we didn't know what. We knew we wanted to bring more money in the door, and we knew that I didn't want to go back to Sprint. I didn't want to go back to customer service. That's where my background was in for 20 plus years. I didn't want to go through layoffs every year that they do. I didn't want to go through all of that. So, because when I moved to Florida, I was still working for Sprint, and I was working at home, but I wasn't going back. They wanted me to come back into the office, so I'm not going back. So now I got to figure out something else. So I lost my job. He lost his job same month. So we just, then that's when I'm like, I'm not going back to corporate America. I don't know what I'm going to do. He was going back to corporate America, but I was going to figure out something to work on.
And I think
just that part started the spark of entrepreneurship.
Right.
Just like, I'm not going to keep depending. I don't know what I'm going to do. I ain't going to keep depending on someone else and their business and for them to pay me, or me having to depend on somebody else to make money. That's where it started. So, y'all, I just want y'all to know, y'all can do it too. But you're going to have to get out your comfort zone. You're going to have to take some risks. Right? You're going to have to take some risks. Like, becoming truck drivers was one of the hardest things we did.
It is. Well, we got to back up a little bit.
Okay.
The start of entrepreneurship for us. The start was the flea market.
Yeah.
That was the start of branching out, doing something on your own, was the flea market. Like we said a few minutes ago, she started couponing to collect all our stuff to so we could survive for the year. Supplies, toilet tissue, washing powder, the cleaning
I
supplies.
just did it for us. I didn't do it to sell.
Right. So we
I just want to make sure we was in a good spot when we moved to Florida, because we was gonna be learning a whole new area.
So once she started collecting all of these things, she would have to buy little stuff, vitamins and just little odds and ends type of stuff. And we collected boxes and boxes and boxes of all these little doodads and vitamins and just little knick-knack stuff that she had to get, that she was getting for free to get these other products that we needed. And one day, I just trying to see what our neighborhood in Florida was, I came across a flea market. And when I went to this little flea market, I saw a lady that had a booth set up to where she had a bunch of vitamins and just little knick-knack stuff that she was selling. And I talked to her for a few minutes. I was like, people buy this stuff from you? She's like, yeah, this what I do. And I was like, oh, really? Okay. So immediately I ran home and I told my wife, I was like, here, come here, I got to show you something. And I introduced her to the lady at the flea market, and she had all this stuff, and we had tons of it. Tons and tons of stuff that we were just sitting around the house, and we was broke.
Yeah.
We was going broke. I mean, I had just got the job at the AutoZone.
I was getting unemployment at that time.
She's getting unemployment at the AutoZone.
We still was in deficit.
Yeah, it was getting bleak, and then that's when we
mind you, we saved $10,000, okay? But when you don't have the income coming in on a regular basis, and you still got all these bills, that money goes really fast.
Really, really fast.
So we thought it was good, but we thought we depended on those jobs. So, that's another reason. Work your job, do it to the best of your ability, but understand that it can be gone in a day. And especially today, y'all see how everything is going on today, where you can have a job today and no job tomorrow and no severance or nothing. You gotta save. You gotta have more. You gotta live below your means. You gotta have more coming in than you need, because that's how you'll make it if the unexpected happens. And it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of when. But okay, get back to what you were saying about the flea market. So we went up to the flea market.
We went to the flea market.
Yeah.
She figured out, okay, this is a start. This is a little bit of money. We can sell this stuff, and then we can get little monies coming in. But in that whole process, she discovered that she could do this full time, and then she became a full-fledged extreme couponer, to where she's couponing and she understands the world of couponing so much that she's liable to have the store register pay her a couple $100 with $1,000 worth of merchandise to go back to the flea market with. And that,
now, mind you, this was before the show came out, where the lady put all the information out there, and everybody just decided to become coupon. It's harder now to coupon like that. I mean, you can coupon, but there's so many limitations and so many rules, and the stores got tired of couponers and everything like that. But at that time, the getting was good, and I got it. So, I did good with that couponing. I made a lot of money every single week, and I started getting faithful customers that would come to me before we even got to the flea market. They would come to me and buy at my house, to the point where we had to buy a shed. And that was my store.
20 by
15.
It
was big. It took up our backyard.
And
it was like my store. So Donnell had his friend White Boy David come in and put shelves in the shed.
He did that for diapers.
That was his payment. Diapers that I coupon for, so it pretty much was free for me. And he put shelves in, and that was our store. So my regulars would come in and they could shop at the store before we even went to the flea market. And that's
we had a few people that would come to the house and get to the store and pick
and
stuff.
So that's how I made money. And I was like, at that time, and I did it for a few years pretty much. So I was like, I'm not going back. I'm gonna figure this thing out. And I haven't been back traditionally. We, in the truck, we do lease on the companies or whatever for loads and things like that. But we pretty much are still our own boss right now. So, and that is what led us when Donnell, he actually lost his job at AutoZone.
I did.
So
I think it was a setup, and I lost the job at AutoZone, and
at that point, I mean, we had became desperate pretty much because we didn't have. I was still at the flea market, but we didn't have his income. He wasn't getting unemployment or nothing, so he considered going back to CNA. And so he got registered with the state of Florida and all of that. And then he was like, I'm not going back to that life. I'm not putting myself back in that situation because honestly, I don't know. I think I'm strong, but I'm not going to put myself in a situation where things could go bad. So I'm not going back. So then he started looking for other options. And he was just filling out whatever, any kind of job
I would do
anything.
labor ready one day to get the $40-$50 for the labor ready, and then use that money for gas to go on job interviews the next day, and then I would be back and forth. I need go to labor ready, get the gas money, and then drive around the city and try to find all these jobs. And in the process of doing that, I seen a ad in the paper or wherever I was looking for the jobs from. I can't remember.
I think it was in the paper. Or either on Craigslist.
It was Craigslist.
Right.
Craigslist.
Craigslist.
All right. So in between time now, mind you, the Craigslist came at this time, back and forth, labor ready, job interviews, and then what happened was found the job application for JB Hunt on the Craigslist. I said, hey, listen, you think I could get this driving job? JB Hunt, they hiring for drivers. Wife, she says, driving?
No.
You can't drive. Your record is more this,
Listen, y'all, he had a lot of speeding tickets. And I was close-minded. Okay, when you decide you're going to make a change for the better, the road's going to open up for you. You're still going to have obstacles, don't get me wrong. But when you decide, okay, I'm going to try something different, and I'm going to give them all, and I'm just going to see what happens, the road's going to open up for you. So I wasn't even thinking about, he got all these tickets in Missouri. We in Kansas. Did you have some in Kansas? He might have had some in Kansas too. I don't know. But we in Florida now. So I was closed-minded. He was like, I don't care what you're talking about. I'm going to apply anyway. What I got to lose? And really, that's how you got to look at the situation. What's the worst that can happen? What's the best that can happen? That's really it. And if you really lay it out, what's the worst that can happen? Usually it's not as bad as you think. It's not. We make up all this stuff in our heads of what's going to happen, the bad, all this bad. We don't concentrate on the good. And at this time, Donnell was only concentrating on the good. And that's great because that's what carried us to the next level. So, and I attached to his belief when I seen his belief. So, even if you don't always have it yourself, your partner got it, rock with your partner. Go believe what they believe. Even if you don't see it, go with their plan. See where it goes. What's the best that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? The best is we could be on top in a year, in a couple years. The worst, I can stay right here and stay broke. Stay where I'm at. Stay in this bad situation. But, so, he went on ahead and filled the job application out.
Filled the job application out, right? Okay. So, but I filled it out. She
they
told
didn't
me
care nothing about his tickets in Missouri. They could care less. It didn't stop nothing.
It didn't. I believe that I manifested that job because once I filled the job application out, I didn't hang everything on it. I filled it out. I continued to labor ready, go out and do odd jobs for the money, then go try to look for interviews, just unsuccessful. And then the lights got cut off.
Listen, y'all.
The lights got cut off.
In this transition, like our lights and stuff back then, all this stuff started happening when we decided to make a change for the better. When you decide you're gonna make a change for the better, get ready, stand 10 toes down, because the stuff coming for you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's coming to throw you off your game. But if you know, I'm not giving up no matter what, till I get to where I'm trying to go, nothing will stop you. Every fight you go through is just gonna make you better. It's gonna make you stronger. The problem is we give up. We don't fight. When you decide to make a change, get ready for the resistance, because it's coming. If you know it's coming, it can't throw you off. If you expect it, it can't throw you off. You don't know which way it's gonna come, where it's gonna come from. You don't know none of that, but expect it to come. So when they do get there, you have the fight to keep going. So I just want to say that. But yeah, so our lights got cut off. Okay, so lights in Florida, where we at, everything's connected to the lights. So water too.
Water and lights.
And mind you, we still struggling just trying to pay the bills. So our car payment was behind.
I was hiding it out.
So we was hiding it out at my friend Tasha's house that I met at the flea market. That's how I met her. But we was hiding it out at her house. Okay, so Donnell got the call where he had to pretty much go in there and sell himself, because he didn't have no background in driving or nothing. But I believe they hired him because of him, not because of his background. They overlooked all of that. But when he went that interview, he basically was like, give me a chance, I'm going to show you I can do this. So they gave him a chance. But guess what? The training was in Georgia.
Down in Georgia.
So he had to go to Georgia
for 3 weeks.
And I had to stay home
with no lights and water.
So I said, babe, go get that job. Go get that money. Go get that money so we can get out of this situation we in.
Right.
I'll figure it out. I was scared. I was nervous. But, I was like, we're going to figure it out. We're going to work through this hard spot. That's what we got to remember. It's temporary. It's going to be something else on the other side of that hard spot. That's temporary. Just, if I would have been like, you ain't going to leave me in this house with no lights, no water, how am I going to be getting around? What am I going to do? And all this, that would have put a stop to where we are today. No, I'm going to figure this out, and I'm going to go over my friend's house. So we decided to get a membership, right? Gym membership.
We was getting a few, you
get
the trial membership.
The trial membership, so we can go to the gyms and take showers, okay? That's how we was like, we ain't gonna let nothing stop us from getting back on top.
And in between time, while we was living there, and this is all while, right before I got the job at JB Hunt in McDonough. Right before then, I filled out the application. We had lights. I'm still doing what I do, and then just one day, we cut. They just.
So then we couldn't even. We had to come up with Wednesday cut us off. They made us pay a deposit too, on top of what we owed. So, we had to come up with this money, a lot of money, and I was like, well, go there.
Right. That's when
go there.
The lights was out for a few days, and then I got the call.
Yeah.
I got the call for an interview first.
Yeah.
Lights is out. I got the call for an interview. I went into the interview. I basically told them, like, you need me. You want to hire me. I know I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna work hard as I can work. When do I start? He was like, hold on. It's the other couple people that I need to talk to. You don't got the job yet. Just relax a little bit and let's figure this out first. I'm going to talk to these other people. I'll get back with you. all right, cool. You need me, I'm gonna work hard for you. And I went on the left. I continue to do what I'm doing. No lights, and now my next door neighbor is a single mom. She has 2 girls. She has 2 little baby girls, not babies. She had 3. She had 3. She had 3 little girls. I mean, they wasn't babies, but they was little girls. While our lights was off in the evening time, after I would come home, I would sneak over to her back door. We had a little,
like, all of our like back part. We was in townhomes, so that's we choose right there in like the back part of our townhomes, like where our back, not our back door, but like the little
on the side,
storage
like,
area.
yeah, like a
but
little
we
side.
had power in there,
Yeah,
so nobody really locked their doors.
Right. So I would have to sneak over in there. I had extension cord, and I would sneak over there after they laid down in the nighttime to plug. I was still in power from them, basically. Still in power from them to have a light and a microwave is what we had going on in the house.
And the fan, because mind you, we in Florida
We're in Florida,
now.
so it's hot.
So we, so we plug our fan up.
We had the fan, microwave, and a light.
Yeah.
So we
still
doing
a light
this
from her, and then we felt bad, so we knocked on her door. We knocked on her door.
Well,
right?
Not right. No,
Not right.
I've been still in power. Okay, for like 2 weeks. Still in power for like 2 weeks. And then I never said nothing to her about it, but for 2 weeks we still in the power. No, it was longer than that.
It was not.
It was because we had to work. It took us a couple months.
It was longer because after we told her.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, we still in power for a while.
Yeah.
I get the job, go to the training in McDonough, and then while I'm working these 12 and 14-hour days, driving, installing in appliances into the new homes, they building up all these different subdivisions everywhere. I'm doing that for the whole time, and while I'm making money, it took like 2 months, and she's next door to her. So that whole time, for like 2 months, every night, I'm still in power from her.